So much. Oh, that's sweet, Kinky. One drawer is built.
You've been literally working at that since we moved in.
And there are 4.
You can never make fun of me for keeping these cans for this long.
No. First of all, that's been how many years this has been?
Yes, but I had to gather the cans first. I had to collect.
Did you? I mean, how many cans? The amount of cans that you needed. How long have we been at?
I didn't know what I was going to make. I needed many cans. I needed many Lego pieces.
These are very different.
When I get sponsored by Brewdog, you won't get angry at me.
And you can see the reason why I delayed the 4s for, like, given one drawer has taken, what, an hour and a half? So,
Oh. Whoops.
Almost flipped that.
Wait, has there been daylight savings time?
Yeah, I think there probably was at some point.
Yeah, because my computer says 1, but the clocks and the watch says different.
Yes, it's almost 1.
That was daylight savings.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, phone says 1 as well. Okay, cool. So I'm not going mad. Oh, you don't need that stairs anymore, do you?
Oh, no, right here.
I'm closing the blinds for a bit, Brian. Just doing class for about a half hour. The masses need to be fitted. My gigantic following desire to be taught how to become an animal. Okay. That's been one moment. Right, so hopefully you've got wherever you are, single one watcher. Let's get that. Not gonna be my height. Right, get that. Okay, and let's grab these. And I think we can take it there. Is that? Yeah, that's good enough. So, hello, both to live audience members. At this point, I can't tell how many there are because it's too far away from the laptop. First of all, if you are following this channel and you're looking at this right now because you're like, I thought this guy used to do video games, and you joined up exclusively for that, or you're exclusive, or just for part of that, go on to Headshots for Head Cancer. It's attached to my channel. You can just type that in if that's what you're into. Second of all, obviously this is all free, but if you like this fitness class and you're feeling sound and you want to help the charity, just go on to the Just Giving page. It's through the website curecancerordietrying.com. Now, quickly what I'm going to go over, we're going to be doing a 2 kettlebell circuit. And what a circuit is just something that goes over and over. So if most people are used to like, oh, okay, do 10 reps of this and then rest. This is not that. This is you do 6 reps of something and then you change over to the next thing. And so starting off, we are going to get the kettlebells, take a nice wide base. I'm just going to go through this with one hand and try to get the right angle. So we're going to use our hips to drive our kettlebell forward and then flip the kettlebell up onto our hands. Now, something that is really common with kettlebells is people fling them and they come back and hit the back of your hand. Okay, so like that. It starts off, it's not too bad, but very quickly you start getting quite a sore wrist. And the way out of that is simple enough. So what you do is you turn as you come up. So the hand comes up and around. See the difference of that? So nice and slowly. Very hard to do it slowly with a 16 kilo one. But that's what it's all about. It's about the twist. So you don't flick it back, you twist it back up like that. And I think this ring is going to chew me up. And you're going to bite that ring. I know you are. I know what you're like. So I'm going to preempt that before I get angry at you and put you down. So, starting off, we're going to do something. This is a basic warm-up. We're just going to go through what we are going to do throughout the circuit. So, first things first, first things first, I'm just gonna realign this because it's not in the middle and it's horrific. And I'm looking at two cameras at two different angles. So, nice wide base. These go out to the side, so they're not dipping in like this. Go out to the side, like a squatting position. And we are going to get one up to one side, put the other one in the middle, and then we're going to alternate. So, we're counting the 6 as in 6 on each side. So, 1, 2, 3, and so we're going up to 12 like that. And it's just not safe with her here. It's different what I'm doing. Body weight stuff, but it just, if one of them fell on her head, it could very well kill her, let alone if it just went on one of her paws. So, what were we on? Let's call it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then when we get to the 12th, one on the bottom, it's chucked up, and now we go into a squat. So, arse comes back. Don't worry too much of your knees. If you don't have the flexibility in your ankles and your knees go forward a little bit, that's actually all right. But try to make it so that your toes are not pointing too far out. They're pointing 10 and 2. Think of 10 and 2. Well, 11 and 1. 10 and 2 is just something they say in driving for the handles. And it's similar. You imagine a clock and imagine your toes are pointing. This is both of them pointing at noon. This is one pointing at 1 and one pointing at 11. That's the angle that you want your feet at as your knees drive out to the side. So, get up here. And remember, we're still doing the warm up, so don't try and go too fast. And out. Knees going out to the side. 1. And this is where we're back to doing 6. A little more. 6. Now, from here, we get, these are heavy. So, if you've got lighter ones, you don't have to do this. It's all up to your own ability. But mine are 16s, so I definitely will have to do this. So I'm going to be doing a military press up over the head, but 6 of those without using anything to help is going to get very hard very quickly. So all I'm going to do is my bum's going to go back a little bit, and I'm going to use a little bit of a hip drive to get me started, and then the arms are going to finish the rest of the movement. So let's get them up, and just a little dip, not much. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and what was the next one? Rows. So now what we're going to do, arch the back so it is flat to the earth, parallel to the ground, and up they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now take a rest. So that is the those are the 4 exercises. Nice and simple circuit, and covers all the muscles in the body nice and evenly. So you'll be working your back when you do the alternative cleans, or alt cleans as you might see them written down. So that's those ones. You're working all your what's called your posterior chain. So back, your ass, hamstrings, all the parts of your back. You'll be working your bicep in order to pull it up. Kettlebells are great for covering the whole body in single movements. Then the next one we're going on to is the squat. So obviously that's working the legs more so, but still maintaining the weights up in your chest and the balance that's needed. It means that your upper body is being worked as well. Then when we go on to the military press, that is working your shoulders, not so much your chest, your shoulders, going up and down like that, and a little bit to your ass and your hips if you are using heavy weights like I am, and you need that extra little give. And then doing the rows, that is targeting the back and the biceps. But when you're doing the cleans, even though the back and the biceps gets worked, it is mostly your legs and your hips, whereas here you're really taking the focus to your biceps. Okay, so we're just going to do those 4 exercises. Remember that it's 6 of each exercise, and with the cleans we are doing 1, or counting the 6 on each arm, so it's 12 that you would count to. So we'll start this off when my watch hits, actually we won't do it that way, we'll do it on stopwatch. So seeing as how there is 4 exercises, I like doing things like this. 4 exercises, we're going to go through the circuit 4 times. There's no rest other than the rest that you want for yourself. So take as many breaths as you want, but because the rep range is not that high, you don't need to worry too much about resting. It's not going to be unhealthy for you. You're not going to have a heart attack. And if you do have a heart attack, please, before you have the heart attack, make sure that you delete your serving search history, because then I'm not to blame. All right, so off we start. Nice big wide base. The knees go out to the side. First one doesn't count. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now into the squat, sticking with that same base, and like knees go out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now overhead press. 1, 2, 4, 5. Last one. 6. Okay, down doing the rows. Straight to the side for these ones. So, your back. Parallel to the floor. 1, 2. 6. Okay. Now, I'm taking a tiny break. But again, you take the breaks as much as you want. And if anyone is watching live and it's no longer live because this still gets uploaded to the channel and you want a better quality, there is another version. If you go to the non-live, I don't know, category of my channel, you'll be able to see the better camera. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to do the live stream straight off my phone camera, which is better. Or I might just buy a camera to hook up to the laptop. But there are options. And yeah, so let's get back to it now. 1, 10, 12, into the squats. 1, 2, 3. And my shoulders definitely need a second or two. It's been a while since I've done any kettlebell training. Thanks. Okay, last runs and rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just take note when you're dropping the rows down, don't let gravity just take them. Make sure that you have control of the weight at all times. Now I'm gonna throw some gloves because these kettlebells are chewing up my hands straight away. Okay, they used to live in there, but they're not there anymore. Okay, so that's 2 down, only 2 more to go. This will be over in no time. It's not even 5 minutes. So, nice wide base, just like with the squat, they need to go out to the side. Try not to have them in. I mean, you'll be fighting against that a lot because the weight will be in the middle, and you'll want to avoid it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now to the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 more to go, and then that'll be that. I'm starting off with really easy, short home exercises for me, and for anyone who is a beginner working their way up. If you want to make this harder, just add more sets, add more reps. Look up other kettlebell exercises and add them in there. This routine I've done, and it goes up to 6 different exercises. It started being based off of something that my mate Walsh, who's the sports scientist for Leinster, so knows his stuff, and for Dublin football team as well, GAA football, and he says that it was something that I switched down from something called the Beastly 666. I don't know if that's something that you could look up on the internet, but as you can kind of get from a 666 6 exercises, 6 reps, and 6 sets. All right, so home stretch now. I'd like to try and get this done in, I'm probably not going to 2 minutes. First one doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my shoulders are not what they used to be. All right, this will be the home stretch now. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. That's all she wrote. Now, for the stretch cool down. Well, it's not really a cool down, but for the stretch, I'm going to leave these kettlebells here and actually use them in one of the exercises that we're going to go through. Because my hamstrings are tight, not from that, but that's what I'm going to focus on, and you can learn by proxy. That's not really by proxy. Sorry to disappoint anyone who's hoping that I was just getting in the dip there. So, what we're going to start with, if you've watched any of these previous fitness classes, I like to do the same things over and over again, which probably isn't the greatest thing for trying to get an internet class following, but I think that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And some things are just excellent overall exercises, so I repeat them. Might be boring, but I prefer what works than a lack of sort of excitement. So this is the inchworm. Try and keep your heels to the ground. Try and keep the bend of your knees as little as possible. And walking the hands, try to get them to the palms as soon as possible. And once you get down to where, if you imagine you go forward, your shoulders would be, widen your hands and drop your head to the ground. Feet can come back and raise your chest up. Look to the right side. Avoid the dog licking your face. Look to the left side. Then ass into the air. And so it's like a downward dog. And this is yoga, but it's also, because it's yoga, you can understand why the eastern side of the world, Russia, the way they do their press-ups in the military is they do what's called dive bomber press-ups. So it is very similar to yoga technique. You start with a downward dog, sweep your chin to the ground, push your shoulders back up, stick your ass back in the air. So like that. And you don't have to do that. I'm just showing little Spetsnaz history lesson. So we're up here. back, hips go into child's pose. Fingertips, try and keep your fingertips forward, and that really helps you stretch underneath the arm. What's called the lateral dorsi, and we've worked that one a lot. Now, she looks like she's being a bit annoying, but she's actually helping me right now because she's putting pressure on my back, a little bit of pressure. She doesn't even weigh 10 kilos, so it's very welcome. So, back up. We are going to use these now. If you still have your kettlebells, go away, kitty. And what we're going to do is we're going to use them as a sort of stable point. And we are going to stretch out our hamstrings doing a split. So if you look at my front foot, I'm not hugely flexible and I'm damaging the mat doing that. So I'm going to just take this away. Just soft, ghost. So if you can see when the way I'm rattling my foot left to right, that's a good way to sort of walk your heel down to the front. Because you want to be stretching both your hamstring and your hip flexor at the same time. You wouldn't know she's female, would you? This is meant to be watchable for kids. Stop turning this into OnlyFans. Okay, raise yourself up using the weights and switch. So use your knee as the balance point and then roll the ankle side to side to side like that. And see your back knee, pushing your back knee backwards. And the idea of having the weights here is so that you can use your own body weight. If you can, do this sort of thing, what you'll do is your muscles will tense up and you're not allowing them to relax. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to stretch out the muscle while it's relaxed. So if you've watched any of the previous classes, you'll know that it's all about the breath. So inhale, and then as you exhale, you're tricking your muscles to relax. Similar to the way if someone's piercing an ear or if someone is, well, I think it's illegal to do it now, but when someone is about to put a needle in, or they do it to kids, they go, okay, ready, 1, 2, and then they do it because the over anticipation causes people to tense up and they want to try and get in before the 3, which is when people go, and get ready for the pain. But if it's 1, 2, it just goes straight in. And same with like a piercing in here. Okay, we're going to do this in 3 seconds and then just do it. So hamstrings. What was the other one I wanted to do? Yeah, into the quads. So let me just get my belt. Right. So this is one that gets into something called the psoas muscle. It starts with PS, psoas. The D is silent. So this one's kind of awkward to do, especially with her annoying me. But you get it around your ankle, get it around your foot. Once you do that, get it above your head, then raise up and push back. I find, now I do have sore knees, so it might just be me personally, but I find you really do need a pillow for this one. And it's best if you can get your back foot against the wall. And once we are forward, pull deep on the rope and lean forward. And you should feel it in your hip right here and into your quadricep, your forward thigh. Big beefy looking muscle. Okay, and now we're going to do the same for the far side. So another handy way to do it if you don't want to sling it around is literally to put it through underneath your legs. See if I can demonstrate this. So put it through underneath your legs. Make sure that the whatever it is, elastic band, piece of rope, is not twisted. Then bring it up like so. Another way you can do this is off a couch or a chair. Couch is back there. You tuck your knee right in underneath the couch as much as possible, and then you just try and straighten yourself up onto the couch. Next time it's raining and I've got to do this video on the inside of the house, I'll show that one. And we'll do one more thing, which is not hugely related, but I'm going to be using this pole. You see that? All the little Brewdog things. I'm gonna make a little shrine to Brewdog because I'd love to get sponsored by them. They do the best AF there. See that? Alcohol free. It's the first alcohol free beer that I ever tried that wasn't disgusting. So I really want to try and get sponsored by them because of lack of alcohol. It could be good, but what I'm going to show you here is a really good stretch for your back and to get the flexibility on your arms. So if ever you were trying to do the clean and it wasn't comfortable, it was putting a lot of pressure on the back of your wrist, not from it being hit, but from being in that position, this is what you do. So you get along. This is first. This is just a stop, sit. Good. A normal pole. I think it was from a broom. So put it behind your head. Wrap around. The palm of the hand goes up, and then from here, what you do is try and keep your elbow nice and high, and try and keep the pole parallel. So we don't want to be ended up with this sort of thing, but we're keeping power parallel to the ground. So you're lifting up from here, and you're allowing to be pushed back from here. And you're also trying to push your elbow up into the air. Don't get angry at me just because you can't do this. It's not my fault you don't have thumbs. Okay, and change over. So around the back of the neck, loop, and then elbow goes up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just my flexibility in those arms is pretty good because I've been doing cleans for a while. But another one that you can do is if you have an elastic band. I don't have a surface to attach it to, but if you have something high, about head height, like some sort of a pole, get the elastic band, and if you can imagine, the elastic band is this, and it's being held on something high, so it's coming up at an angle like that. What you do is you have the elastic band, and you take some steps forward, and you lean forward. The elastic band pulls your arm back, and you just keep it like bent. Don't have it upright, nice and bent, and what it'll do is it will force your elbow back like that. You can also physically do it like this, but I always found this exercise is crap. It never really worked for me. You can really get in deep with the elastic band, going like that. In the gym, I would always do it off the squat rack or the power cage, whatever you want to call it, and that's the class. So remember, if you want to, depending on which camera you're looking at, that's the better camera. And if you want it always to be live through the better camera, it needs to get to 1,000 subscribers. So let some of your friends know that they're. I don't know if you've seen that, but I'm glad she didn't do that. Just, yeah, this is my chance. Stay away. But yeah, if you have other mates that will be interested in doing these classes, tell them about the channel. And yeah, once it gets to 1,000 then live, the quality can be better. And also, it would be nice to be able to, I don't know when I would use it, but I'm sure there's going to be some point when I would be able to do a live stream outside of the house, which would be great. It would be great to have that option. I'd be able to do these classes in parks when something that I really want to do is I want to do free classes for anyone in the parks and do them live. So it'd be great to be able to get to 1,000 subscribers before COVID breaks out. So then I'd be able to do that without having to buy new camera equipment, which I'd have to buy. I'd have to buy a portable, find a way to make the laptop portable. It'd be a nightmare without having 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, tell some mates if you want to pay for the class. If you think like an was good class, I like that. If this was in reality, I would pay, whatever, a $5, a quid. Then go on to the curecancerdietrying.com. That is in the description, and then from there you can choose. If you go to the donations part, you can choose which of the 4 charities, of the 4 cancer charities you want to give to. So the reason that there's 4 is just because it's 4 different countries, 4 different currencies. But I could not care less which one you go to, because it's not like they're keeping the information of their research to each other. So if one gets ahead with some sort of research, then another one will be informed of. And yeah, so that is... that is it. Let's end stream.